Hey guys, so today I'm going to talk about my hair. I often get asked by friends and family and just even random people when I go out places, how is it that I have such long, oh, you can see the length. It's up to here, and if I turn around, it really goes all the way down to my back. Some people have even thought I have extensions, which I definitely don't. But anyways, it stays long and healthy because of different things, a different routine that I've used, and I learned it over time because I used to have really light, almost blonde hair, and I'll show you that picture. So my hair was extremely damaged. You can watch that picture at the very end and then kind of see where I'm at now. I've gone to black hair very often. I have like a dark brown hair and I like it to look really black, so I dye it. And I've gone to the extreme of dyeing it blonde, which was a lot of bleaching, causing a lot of damage, fallout, breaks at the tips of my hair, and just overall a lot of bad damage. So now that I've been treating my hair throughout the year and doing the routine that I'm about to show you, there's a lot of improvement, and there is some things that you could definitely do that will improve your hair. So to start out with is a brush, a really good brush that doesn't hurt your hair or pull or tug too much. So I use a Conair and I bought this at Walmart. So it really goes right through really well. And I try to brush my hair often. So not just in the morning, but you could always carry, this one comes with two. I actually bought it at Target. They have them at Walmart too. I used to buy them at Walmart. But the Target one comes with two. It's this one and a little baby brush that you could carry in your purse and brush your hair out often. If you could see, I went from fluffier hair to now well organized, needed hair. And basically, the number one recommendation out of this entire thing is going to be coconut oil treatment. It's the only treatment that has helped me when my hair was completely damaged, when I first started getting it to a healthier routine and trying to lengthen it. So the reason coconut oil is important is because you could just use it as a treatment by putting 1 teaspoon into a tiny cup and microwaving it. It takes about 10 to 15 seconds the most. And you should guard it because sometimes even 5 seconds, depending on um, how liquidy the oil is, it might not even take long. But you basically heat up the coconut oil. Once you've heated up the coconut oil, and I bought that at HEB in case you didn't see, you just start applying it at the tips of your hair when your hair is dry. Make sure your hair is dry. And then you work your way up and go all the way up to, not the scalp, I always leave about 2 inches and then all the way down. Because if I do it to my scalp, it ends up very oily. So I'll do this at the start of the day, and I'll leave it 2 to 3 hours. Then I'll go and wash it out. Some people like to sleep on it. I think that's perfectly fine. But for me, 2 to 3 hours as I'm doing chores around the house works just fine. I could even put my hair up in a bun or a ponytail, and I can go do errands, and it works out well because it doesn't have a bad smell or anything. If anything, it smells pretty good. So that treatment, I try to do it about once a week or sometimes once every 2 weeks, depending. But when you're trying to grow your hair, I feel like that's super important. So that way you don't have as much breakage. I think I did that twice a week when I was trying to grow my hair. Now that it's already lengthy enough, I'll just do it the once a week, once every 2 weeks. Another recommendation is don't cut your hair. No matter how tempted you are, how damaged you think it is, do not go to a salon where they tell you they'll cut off all the damaged part and they literally will cut off all your damaged part. You end up with this tiny little bob haircut. If you want that, that's great. It still looks gorgeous. Short hair is still pretty. But if you're trying to lengthen it and make it look healthy, do not cut it. The recommendation that I have for that is to actually cut pieces yourself. So I have salon scissors. I got these at Sally's. And basically, I'll just find the tips that are a bit damaged and I'll just cut tiny bits off. Now, recently I cut about 2 inches off my hair, so it was quite a bit, but I was doing it because I wasn't having as much volume since it was way too lengthy. And so all I did was just grab all my hair to the front like this, decide where I wanted it, and I just cut 2 inches off. And then I measured it, I checked it, my husband checked it for me, and he trimmed off anything else that looked a little bit off. But my hair still looks really lengthy, and it has a little bit more layering thanks to what I've done to it. So again, I recommend you get one of these little separation combs and you get your own scissors to kind of cut. Do not overcut, just cut the little tips, the little burnt ends. If everything is burnt, like like the picture I'm going to show you later on when my hair was blonde, then definitely do not mess with cutting more than the small tips and just letting it grow over time. Once it grows a little more, you can trim a little more. But don't be so consistent and constant with cutting that you're not allowing your hair to grow enough. I think I went a whole year without touching it at all as far as cutting. Even though it would have damage, I had somebody who would touch my hair. I won't mention who it was. And they would say, oh, it's so burned. And they would complain about it and say how it was necessary for me to cut it. Well, I did not listen because I knew what my goal was. And now that I was able to reach the length goal and now I start trimming, my hair is extremely healthy and soft. And she now touches it and says, wow, you're so lucky. Your hair is super long. It's so healthy. How did you do it? Well, I followed these tips, not what everybody else was telling me. So follow this advice. Trust me, it'll work. The next thing that I highly recommend, this will be for washing and lathering out your hair. I use this coconut milk. My husband introduced me to the shampoo and I tried it out. It's really great. It's made out of coconut milk, coconut oil, whipped egg, white protein. So all those really great natural ingredients. So basically I'll place a little bit of this shampoo depending. It smells so good. I love smelling it. It smells like coconut. So I usually place a little bit of this on my hair, usually just up at the top like that, and then just massage it in when you're showering, and then rinse it right out. You don't have to wait too long to rinse it out. I usually just do that, and then I'll like lather it down my hair just to make sure like oils do come off. I don't like my hair super oily, to be honest. And you might be able to see that I have a little bit of like flyaway, but I don't like when my hair looks like you haven't washed it. I rather it look natural, healthy, and beautiful. Now, the next thing, this works so well together. You have to get this conditioner. I know they always say pair it with, and it's typically the conditioner that's branded with it, and it's more to sell the product. It's like a branding strategy. No, this actually works perfectly together just because of the natural ingredients. So again, it has very similar ingredients, and it does condition your hair super well. The way I apply conditioner is I always start at the tips, just like I showed you with coconut oil, and I do this routine daily as far as the shampoo and conditioner. Sometimes if I don't wash my hair, it'll be like maybe 2 to 3 days the most that I don't wash it, but I actually like to wash my hair a lot and it doesn't cause any damage. So I'll basically start at the tips, work my way up, and again, up to here, 2 inches below. And that I do leave it on for about maybe 5 to 6 minutes. And I do not stand there and count, blah, blah, blah. No, that would not work for me. That's not my personality. I don't have patience for that. So basically, I'll start shaving. I'll shave my arms, my legs, and I've had laser, so it's pretty quick still. If your stick's too long and you just want to do something else to your hair, you want to remove it so you could start a in-shower treatment, then that's fine. But try to time it about 5 to 6 minutes by shaving your legs and just trying to put that time into it to be patient and wait. Okay, so moving on to the next thing. I do this in-shower treatment. I try to do it once a week. And sometimes, again, once every 2 weeks, depending on what stage you are at. And this is the Matrix Biolage Rehab Clay Mask. And this is just the most amazing thing in the world. Honestly, I'm not even joking. This makes your hair so soft and creamy and untangles it. It is magic. So I bought this at Ulta. And I basically place it all over, and you could tell that I've used it quite a bit. I need to go buy a new one soon. It smells really good too. So all I do is I gather a little bit, mostly on the tip of my fingers. And once I gather it, I start masking my hair. Again, I always start at the bottom. This not at the tip, maybe midway. And then work my way up, again, leaving 2 inches off because I don't like very oily scalp. So I'll just place it down here. And this I'll leave for about 3 minutes. I don't think it has a recommended amount of time. Let me check. No recommended amount of time, but you do have to remove this before you get out of the shower, so make sure that you do remove it. Once I've removed this, I know that my hair is all washed out and ready to go. Sometimes if I know that I really don't want to straighten my hair that day or it's late at night and I just want to lay down, I'm not going to blow dry my hair and I feel it'll get nasty or bad, then I'll apply a little bit of conditioner at the end. I'll show you the last two products. It's this Miracle Cream. I spray it on. It has keratin. I spray it at the end all over the tips of my hair before I straighten. And this goes after I straighten my hair with my wonderful titanium straightener. Please subscribe and like this video. Comment down below if you'd like for me to do other types of videos. And I'll see you all again soon. Make sure you look at the picture that's coming up next with